Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you a technique called paper napkin transfers. Using pretty paper napkins like this, you can create decorative papers for your card making and paper crafting projects. Okay, today I'm going to be working at my ironing board because I'm going to be using an iron for this technique. You can use whatever work surface is available to you. You just want to be sure that you cover your work surface so that you don't get melted plastic on it. You can put some scratch paper down on your ironing board. I'm using a pad of newsprint. This is just like a children's scribble pad that you buy at the 99-cent store or the dollar store, and these are great for crafting. Just going to peel back a couple of pages of that. Then I'm going to take my piece of cardstock that I've cut. This is the size I want to use. Lay that down on my pad of paper. The next layer is a piece of plastic wrap, and this is just like the plastic wrap from your kitchen that you use for your leftovers. You're going to lay it down on your cardstock. You just want to be sure that it overlaps all the edges by at least a ½ inch. You see my plastic wrap box is a little green. My daughter used that for making some tie-dyed t-shirts. Okay, next you're going to take your napkin and you're going to unfold it, and you're going to cut a piece that's going to fit over your cardstock, and again you want it slightly larger than your cardstock. You could measure it if you want, but that would be one extra step, and I just like to eyeball it. So you're going to cut a piece of your napkin. Okay, this is a very important step. What you need to do next is you need to peel the napkin apart. This is a 3-ply napkin, so I'm going to peel one piece off, but as you can see there, this is still white, so that means there's another layer there. And sometimes this is the most frustrating part of it, is trying to get the top layer. I sometimes find if I just rip it apart a little bit up in a corner, I can usually get that to peel apart. Okay, and pull it apart very carefully so you don't tear your napkin. It's very thin, as you can see. You can even see through it now, but you've got just one ply of that napkin. It's very, very thin. Okay, so you're going to lay it down on your cardstock and make sure it overlaps the cardstock on all the edges. Now I'm going to cover that up with a couple of pieces of paper. Depends on how thick your paper is, how many pieces you need, but just, one piece of paper should be fine. Then I'm going to use an iron that I have set at medium, and this is an old iron that I just use for craft projects. If you are using your everyday iron, you just want to be very careful your iron doesn't come into contact with this plastic wrap, or you have melted plastic on the bottom of your iron. And you're just going to go over the top of your cardstock, go slowly, give a little bit of pressure, not too much, doesn't take a whole lot. And just, do this. It just takes maybe, 10, 15 seconds, not too long. Once you've done it a few times, you'll have a good idea about how long it should take. Okay, set your iron aside. We're going to lift this up and check on it. Okay, you peel the paper away. Okay, see it's stuck on that piece. It's a little warm still. You might want to let it cool a little bit before you try and peel it off of here. But you're going to peel it off. And there you go, you're all done. All you need to do now is just trim off this excess on the edges with some scissors. And if for some reason when you're trimming it and you find like one of the corners didn't stick down, that like right here, you could just put it back down, cover it up, put your iron on it again, rub it in that corner. That should work. Okay, oops. As you can see now it's stuck. If for some reason you missed it and didn't notice it until after you got it all cut, you could just use a little piece of adhesive. But the plastic wrap works the best for transferring the napkin. So anyway, I'm going to just trim this up. And now my piece is all ready to use for my project. It's I know it doesn't show up on the camera very well, but it is really cool because it almost looks like a piece of fabric, and it has a really neat texture to it. And it works so much better than trying to use adhesive to glue the napkin to your cardstock, because often your napkin will tear if you try to use adhesive. I even tried to use Mod Podge once, and that didn't work because the colors in the napkin bled all over, and then the tissue tore. It was just terrible. So this technique works great. Let me show you some cards that I made with this technique. Okay, here's the first one is using that same napkin. Okay. Here's another one. When I saw this napkin, I got so excited because it matched this Eastern Bloom stamp set. It's a new stamp set in the Stampin' Up! Catalog, and I just thought, wow, that matches the flowers so well. So there's that one. And then this one was actually two separate pieces of cardstock I put together. This is one napkin, and then this is the other. And probably, again, doesn't show up on the camera very well, but this napkin had a metallic finish, and this is very, very soft. It's just, I know it's not going to show up on the camera very well, but I was really pleased with the way that turned out. So that's it. That's how the napkin transfer technique works.